Bis- Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. We are continuing our chapter of chromatography. Today we will study the paper chromatography. Then firstly we will discuss the principle of in paper chromatography separation of a mixture of substance. Mixture of substance means sample is mainly done by the flow of solvent on a specially designed filter paper called Botman chromatographic filter paper, as this is known as the paper chromatography. Therefore, in this type of chromatography, the essential feature is the use of the filter paper. The filter paper used is the Botman filter paper. Botman filter paper will act as a stationary phase, and the stationary phase in that filter paper is the water present in the cellulose of the filter paper. The filter paper as a whole will act as a support for the water, and the mobile phase is an organic solvent which is miscible or partially miscible with the stationary phase. It means organic solvent will be either immiscible, means it can't mix with the solution solvent, or partially miscible, means it can partially mean जुज़वी तौर पर partially miscible with the water. The mobile phase means organic solvent rises by the capillary action. Capillary action is the ability of the liquid to travel through the pores of the solid is known as the capillary action, and by absorption on the filter paper. This paper chromatographic technique occurs due to the difference in the partition coefficient or distribution coefficient K. K is equal to the concentration of the component, means concentration of the sample component in the mobile phase, or divided by the concentration of component in the stationary phase. Compound with smaller K value remain in the stationary phase, and the compound with larger K value will remain in the mobile phase. Next is the types of paper chromatography. Paper chromatography, as we already discussed, can be discussed in by the two phenomena, partition or the adsorption. In partition chromatography, as we know, stationary phase is always liquid. It means in this chromatography, filter paper acts as inert sport in which one solvent means water present in the cellulose of the filter paper acts as the stationary phase, and the mobile phase, which will run over the filter paper, is the organic solvent. Next is the adsorption paper chromatography. As we know, in adsorption chromatography, the stationary phase is always solid. So, in this chromatography, filter paper impregnated means coated with an adsorbent such as alumina or silica, and a single solvent, which single solvent means mobile phase. Single mobile phase will flow over the stationary phase of with the stationary phase will have the unknown component. Unknown components means sample. So we will say that in partition chromatography, the filter paper will be used as such, and the in adsorption chromatography, filter paper will be coated by the adsorbent such as alumina or silica. Next are the operation or steps which are involved in the for determination of paper chromatography. First is the choice of filter paper. Choice of filter paper depends on number 1, thickness of the filter paper, number 2, flow rate. Flow rate means rate of flow of the mobile phase over the filter paper. Porosity means pore size. Next, the choice of net strength of the filter paper. Net strength of the filter paper means toughness of the filter paper or strength of the how strong the filter paper will be. Net strength means strong of the filter paper. Generally, Whatman filter paper are used. For Whatman filter papers are available in the market as a number 1, 2, 7 and so on. So generally we use Whatman filter paper in paper chromatography for the laboratory use. Here you can see this diagram. In this diagram, this is the filter paper. This filter paper on which we will do the spotting. Next process is preparation of the solution. Preparation of the solution means preparation of the solution of the sample. Either pure solution will be used or solid solution, means when you have to detect the components of the solid, you will make the solution of that solid in a suitable solvent. Concentrated solutions are generally applied on the filter paper, means when you will add the solid in the solvent, then the amount of the solid added should be large enough so that it will give the concentrated solution, and this concentrated solution will be applied in the form of spot on the filter paper. This type of spot you will put over the filter paper. Concentrated solutions are generally applied on the filter paper. Why we use a concentrated solution? Answer is to avoid the diffusion through the paper. The solution should be 0.5%, means the strength of the solution will be 0.5% or more than that. It should not be less than 0.5%. And 10 microliter, this is the volume of the sample used for the spotting. That is so little amount of amount of solution should be used. 10 micro, this is micro, and this is microliter. 10 microliter is applied to the paper. Next is the application of the sample to the paper. Application of sample means which spotting of the sample. After the selection of the filter paper, a pencil line means baseline. This type of baseline. A pencil line is drawn about 5 cm from one end. This is the distance between this baseline and the edge of the filter paper is 5 cm from one end. A drop of concentrated solution of the sample is spotted from a capillary pipette, means very small pipette to the marked spot, this point. Platinum loops can also be used for applying the solution on the filter paper. Minimum volume of the concentrated solution is applied on the filter paper in order to avoid the diffusion, as I have already told you. The next is the amount the filter paper is, the spot should be about 5 millimeter in diameter, means the spot should be just about 5 millimeter in diameter. The solvent is not allowed to evaporate, means the spot is dried. Before putting it in the chromatographic tank for the development process, the spot is dried. Next is the choice of the solvent. Solvent means mobile phase, which you will put in the chromatographic tank. The most commonly used solvents are the polar solvents, but final selection depends on the nature of the substances to be separated, means which type of sample is. If pure solvents do not give satisfactory separation, means one solvent does not give satisfactory separation, a mixture of solvents of suitable polarity may be tried. 3 component systems are widely used in paper chromatography. 3 component system means generally 3 solvents are added to form a mixture which you will use as a mobile phase. 3 component systems are widely used in paper chromatography. Next is the development of the chromatogram. Development of the chromatogram means how will you carry on the process of chromatography. To carry on the process of chromatography, development is done by these methods. Number one method is the ascending technique. Number two is the descending technique. And number three is the radial development. And number four is the two-dimensional development. The ascending technique, the solvent is placed at the bottom of a tank. Tank means chromatographic tank. And the paper is suspended from the top with the help of a clip in such a way that lower end of the paper containing the spots is well above the solvent, like this form. I think you can see it, that this will be the form of the ascending technique. This is the tray which is put in the chromatographic tank. This is the chromatographic tank, and in chromatographic tank the solvent is put. This solvent is the mobile phase, and this is the baseline, and this is the spot, and this is the spot. Rising front of the solute means when the mobile phase will flow over this stationary phase, which is the filter paper, and the spot, it will leave these two components of the mixture. This is known as the solvent front, and these are the components of the spot which will arise after the development. Next is the descending technique. In descending technique, the solvent is placed at the top of the tank in the trough. Trough means tray, and the chromatogram means paper, is so hanged that the solvent flows down the paper. It means in this technique, such type of technique, it will be that this tray is present at the top, and it will have the solvent which is the mobile phase, and paper is clipped with this tray in this form. Tank and the atmosphere in the tank is saturated with the vapor. This saturation is always done either for the ascending method or for the descending methods. Saturation is must for all the methods. And this saturation is done with the mobile phase. Always remember that atmosphere in the tank is saturated with the vapors of the solvent. Solvent means mobile phase. We will all generally give 15 minutes for the process of saturation. The atmosphere in the tank is saturated with the vapor of the solvent by placing a small amount of it at the bottom of the tank. Some solvent in descending chromatography, some solvent is present at the bottom of the tank in this form, and the remaining mobile phase is present in the trough or tray, which is present at the top. So this solvent is used, the solvent which is placed at the bottom, it is used just for saturating the tank. Moves in the descending technique, the solvent moves down the paper by the pull of the gravitational force, which means force of gravity, and as well as by the capillary reaction. So as the solvent will move by the pull of the force of gravity, so rate of flow will be very fast. Therefore, the separation can be improved by increasing the effective length of the paper. we generally use more length of the paper in descending technique as compared to the ascending technique. And this descending technique, the development process is completed earlier. It means it will take shorter time. Next is the radial or disc development. Radial or disc development, in this technique we use circular chromatographic paper. This Whatman filter paper is in the circular form, in this form. A wick is attached in the center of the filter paper and it will go down to this petri dish which will have the mobile phase in it. विक का मतलब होता है बत्ती, जैसे मोम, जैसे आप कैंडल के अंदर देखते हैं ना बत्ती सी लगी होती है थ्रेड की, सेम टाइप ऑफ विक इज प्रेजेंट. This is the petri dish. It will have the mobile phase and the wick is attached to this circular paper in this form. The spotting will be done in the center of the chromatographic paper. As the mobile phase will go up through this wick, then the sample will distribute itself in its components and it will form this circular lines. The circular paper is marked with a pencil and a wick of about 2 cm is cut parallel to the radius from the edge of the center. The sample solution is applied at the upper end of the wick at this point. After drying the paper, the wick is bent downward at 90 degree. 90 degree means it will go from this circular paper downward after at 90 degree to the plane of paper, descending through an aperture in the glass plate. Next is the two-dimensional technique. In this two-dimensional technique, when the mixture is complex and incomplete separation is obtained with one-dimensional chromatography, then two-way or two-dimensional chromatography is done. In this technique, we will get better resolution of the component spots. In this method, the solution is spotted in the corner of the square of rectangular sheet paper. In two-dimensional technique, we use the filter paper or in the rectangle form. In this form, this will be the form of the filter paper which we'll use. We will put the sample at the corner and the mobile phase will run over it. This sample will give the component part of this of it mixture. When one step will be completed, then we will dry it. When this is over, the paper is removed from the tank, dried and turned to 90 degree. Then the chromatogram is developed in a different solvent. This technique allows the path of the migration to be increased and also enables the partially separated components to be further separated in a solvent with characteristics different from those of the first. That you will move it to the 90 degree, the spot will come here and different mobile phase will run over it. The remaining component which was present in the sample and was not isolated in the first attempt, they will separate out in this second attempt. So we will get the complete distribution of the this sample. Next is the thank you, and this is all about today's lecture. Thank you.